Welcome to the Most Prosperous channel. Today I will show you how you are definitely the cause of all your problems, no matter what exists in your life today, good or bad. You created it. You are your own biggest problem, and this is liberating because if your biggest problem were someone else, you have no control over that person. But if your problem is yourself, you not only have power over it but also the obligation to change. Improve, no matter what level of life you are at today, whether it's good or bad, you created it. Every day, little by chance, they didn't come from nowhere. Little, over many days, weeks, months, maybe years, nothing appeared by chance. Your flat stomach, your healthy, fat-free body, didn't appear by chance, you created it. A few days, your 24-hour cycle, 72 hours, the last 2 weeks, and you will naturally predict the result. Everything is predictable in life. We like to think it isn't because unpredictability is exciting. But the truth is life is predictable. The fat on your body today that makes you uncomfortable, that makes you sick, didn't appear there by chance. You created it. Just look at what you've eaten in the last 24 hours, the last 2 hours, the last 2 weeks, the last 3 months, and you will see that your current results are perfectly consistent with what you've done. You are living this in all areas of your life. Everything that is in your world, which is completely individual, not only was created by you but has been maintained by you and continues to be maintained by you every single day, from the moment you open your eyes until you close them at night. And I want to bring you into reality because this is liberating. When the problem lies with someone else, you have no power over it. But if the problem is you, then yes, you do. You are not to blame for being born poor, but if you die poor, you are rightly to blame for that. The life you have today isn't good or bad. It simply is the result of something. It's just the effect, and it doesn't help to try to change the effect with the effect. You need to change the cause so that naturally a different effect will come from it. This is the law of minimum effort that scholars of the universal laws, like the law of attraction, talk about. It's no use looking at your reality today and thinking it's crap because that won't change anything. But what is building and generating this crappy result? That you do have complete control over. Nothing appeared by chance, you built it. Everyone wants an extraordinary life. But what is an extraordinary life? It's a life of extraordinary results. There's nothing good or bad in your world. Everything is just the result of something. And from this moment on, I want to bring you a different perspective on your life, on the world, on everything. I don't want you to look at your reality anymore and think, my God, where am I? Help. All this negativity is only there because your sets of habits, actions in your 24-hour cycle, 72 hours, past weeks, have led you to this point. Your set of actions, everything you've absorbed, spoken, thought, felt, generated, because that's what you are. You are this set of actions, this way of thinking, this way of acting. You are your decisions. However, when we live without awareness, without being present in the here and now, we live impulsively, going with the flow, making decisions based on momentary pleasure, based on what we want in that moment, without considering that my decision now is creating something. The decisions of my day are creating more of my future, my upcoming days. So it's not just that you couldn't resist a sweet today at lunch. The issue is that you didn't resist all the sweets that came your way in these past days, months, and perhaps years, which naturally resulted in the body you have today. Therefore, start looking at your life where everything is a decision. Everything. Everything you do, think, feel is creating a result. The combination of these is creating your life. When you begin to observe around you according to your set of actions, you will see that everything is in perfect harmony. A life in harmony. What is an extraordinary life? A life with extraordinary results because everything is just a result. So when you look at your life from this perspective, you feel the supreme need to change your set of habits. You feel the supreme need to change who you are because that's what's generating your problems today. Your lack of emotional intelligence, your poor financial decisions, your mismanagement of finances, your inconsistent standard of living compared to your income. All of this is generating your debt. It didn't appear by chance. If you compare your reality with someone else's reality and identify the causes of these two outcomes, you can engage in a positive comparison. This is a very cool path because if you look at someone who has positive results in an area of life and figure out the sets of actions that person has in their life for that result to naturally come, and then compare it with your own set of actions, you'll come to a realization. Oops, I'm really not doing everything I could. I'm really creating a bad reality. And this leads us to what I value. The first step for you to create a new, extraordinary reality is by definitively changing who you are, your set of actions, your decisions, and everything you do in your 24-hour cycle. And to know if these sets of actions will lead you to a positive or negative place, all you need to do is lay your head on the pillow and feel how you are in relation to your current life and everything you've been doing. If, when you lay your head on the pillow, you feel proud of yourself, that you are doing everything that needs to be done, and you are truly giving your best, then just wait for the result. It will come, just like 1 + 1 = 2 laws never fail. But if you lay your head on the pillow and feel that you're not doing everything you can and should, it's better to start doing it because you're creating more of that. There's no way to escape it. Either you change who you are, or you will continue to create more of the past. Your life today is just the manifestation of your past. Everything you did, thought, and decided in the past. What this means is that to create a new reality, to break out of this negative loop, you need a disruptive change in everything you do in your repetitive 24-hour cycle. 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, because this will naturally take you to another level. I want you to lay out your entire life on paper, place it on the table, and carefully observe what you're building for your future. And I'm not talking about years from now. I'm talking about the coming weeks based on what you're doing today, based on how you're nourishing yourself today. What can you predict as a result for next week, next month, next year? It's exactly that. So, this is the moment to wake up to reality and devise a plan, a strategy to become a new me. What do I need to do in my 24-hour cycle? What sets of actions do I need to incorporate into my routine, into my reality to generate a new effect, a new result? Without your action, you won't go anywhere. It would be very easy for you to continue doing the same things you do today and expect an extraordinarily different result. That would be too easy and very unfair to those who have changed their entire selves, their path, their routine to build great achievements. That would be unfair, and laws don't work like that. There's no injustice in the harmony of nature, in creation. So, it's no use. Until you truly decide to become another person, you will continue living the life that is suitable for your current self, because life scenarios are simply the perfect coherence and resonance with the persona you are today. So instead of continuing to study how to change your mind, how to create a new reality, how to get rich, you need to start with the basics, your sets of habits that are automatically generating these results. Tomorrow, when you realize that instead of staying in bed for 10 minutes, 30 minutes after opening your eyes, scrolling through your phone, checking Instagram, email, YouTube, anything to avoid getting out of bed, you have to get up. You have to do what needs to be done. On the first day, it will be unbearable not to be yourself. A disruptive move out of your comfort zone. On the second day, it will still be unbearable. On the third day as well. But by the fourth, it won't be as bad. By the fifth, even less so. By the sixth, you will start internalizing a new self. But this can only happen if you bring awareness to the fact that you are the biggest problem in your life today. You created everything that's here. This means you can create a new reality at any moment, as long as you outline a plan, a roadmap for yourself to know what to do from the moment you open your eyes until the result comes. Because you will continue to reap your past. It's the law of sowing and reaping. What you plant, you will harvest. There's no way to skip the harvest phase. You're already harvesting your past. Either you start planting a new seed now so that in a few days, weeks, months, you harvest new fruits, or you keep watering the same seed. There's no escaping action, no matter how unbearable it may seem to talk about it. If you don't move, there won't be a possibility of change. Action is the gateway that connects the mental world with the physical world. Without action, there's no collapse of the wave function that quantum physics talks about. I'll bring a video to the channel teaching you about this. It's necessary to act. Success is the ability to act in the right direction for the necessary amount of time. It's no use moving in the wrong direction or without any direction. Your tiredness doesn't mean you're creating something, generating positive things. You need to chart a course. But before adding things to your routine, to your life, to yourself, you first need to adjust the basics. If you can't eat a salad for lunch, do you think you're capable of what? If you can't move your body even though you know you need it for basic health, healthy bones, what are you capable of doing? If you can't drink 2 liters of water a day, do you want to get rich? If you can't do the basics for your survival, for your health, what are you capable of doing? You're conditioning yourself all the time according to everything you do, the basics. If you don't do the basics well, what will you do well? Only what you want, only what gives you pleasure. Children are like that, but children don't have money. Children don't have relationships. Children do what they want, and adults do what needs to be done. When you look at your routine and are certain that this routine is creating the life you want to stop, yet you continue doing the same, all because the discomfort of change bothers you. But does the discomfort of disruptive movement bother you more than the result itself? Apparently, yes, otherwise you would have already changed. That's why I always say that rock bottom is the best place to grab onto. When you're at rock bottom, any place is better than there. The pain of being at rock bottom is so unbearable that the pain of change seems trivial. But there's a worse place than rock bottom. It's the place of mediocrity. When you're in mediocrity, it's neither amazing nor unbearable. You just stay there forever if you let yourself. That's how frogs die. You put them in a pot full of water on a very low heat, and the water slowly warms up little by little. Before they realize it, or rather, without realizing it, they're already dead, slowly cooked. That's the place of mediocrity. And I regret to inform you that if you don't snap out of it, shake things up, you'll stay there for years and years. You need a plan. You need to think about what you want and what isn't generating those results. Then you'll know what you need to change today. When you go to bed tonight, ask yourself this question. Am I proud of myself? Am I truly giving my best? If the answer is no, move right now because you're planting more of the same, and your planting has a gestation period. Even if you start internal change now, you won't harvest immediately because now is the harvest of the past. In other words, if you want to change your life quickly, you have to start planting quickly, because the new seed won't bear fruit immediately. It needs time to gestate. So, there's a deadline for this. Even if you decide to change immediately, you'll still spend some time harvesting the past. Therefore, the moment is now because we don't have our whole lives. The sensation of infinity has destroyed our lives. Life isn't infinite. Quite the opposite, human life is very finite and our time here is short. Even if it's the last thing you do in this lively life, live the life of your dreams. Even if it's the last thing you do, go after what you dream and wake up thinking about. That's why you're here. And when you start to look that you're not living this because you're not doing what you should, you start thinking, how come? How come I prefer to continue in this familiar environment with these debts, with this painful scarcity, rather than go through the pain of disruptive action? I prefer to continue with the pain of not feeling free in a bikini at the beach than go through the pain of eating better or the muscle soreness after a workout. Everything hurts, and you're making a daily decision about which pain you want to feel. But we don't stop to think about it. Every day you decide which pain you want, and the pain you're choosing is the pain of continuing to create this. How much energy do you think you need to maintain this dysfunctional persona today? A lot of energy. You need a lot of energy to maintain a body you don't like. You need a lot of energy to blow all your money, the same energy you would need to do the opposite. So, you're creating your life through what you choose to do every day. And I hope that through this video, you've had an epiphany. That you are the biggest problem in your life today. Where would you be if you did everything you set out to do? Where would you be if you didn't procrastinate so much? You would already be there where you want to be. You would already be there. You're here on this channel to learn how to manifest the life of your dreams. How to create a new reality. This already exists at some level in your consciousness, at the level where you are the achiever and not the lazy, not the procrastinator. The only reason you're not there yet is because you prefer the pain of not taking action, and that should be shameful for you. If action is what you lack, then act, because there are already people in the place where you want to be today. People who chose the pain of action, of long hours worked, of waking up early because they were producing. The pain of saying no to parties, to negative friends, to toxic relationships. These people already exist, and they are already living the life of their dreams. So make a decision, because you are constantly creating a reality for yourself through everything you do in your 24-hour cycle. Make a plan. Figure out what needs to change in your life and wake up different tomorrow. Don't wait for motivation because it won't come. Move before it. Don't wait to feel like going to the gym. Put on your sneakers and go. The desire will come when you're on the treadmill sweating. Pride will come after the action. Don't wait for the desire to save money each month because it won't happen. Save money first, and the pleasure of seeing your savings grow will come afterwards. Start without wanting to. The desire will come, the pleasure will come, the rewards will come. Don't wait for motivation because motivation doesn't sustain change. It's time for you to act. You're no longer a child, or maybe you are unconsciously, but accept that a child doesn't have money, doesn't have relationships, doesn't walk around as a millionaire because a child with money in their pocket isn't buying houses or cars. Either you put yourself in the position of an adult, self-responsible, and truly change your life, or you might as well give up on your dreams. You know why? Because the frustration of trying and trying and trying, I try but I can't only strengthens the belief you have in your incapacity and failure. And that doesn't help you at all. Sometimes it's much better to give up on your dream than to be immersed in frustrated attempts due to lack of action. That's absurd, but giving up is not an option here on this channel. Especially not with my followers, my ments. Chart a plan and stick to it until you get there. Maybe you'll get distracted for a moment, but then you come back because you know where you need to return. If you don't have a plan, if you don't know what you need to improve, you'll get lost on any path. An extraordinary life isn't just there. An extraordinary life is a life with extraordinary results. What generates extraordinary results are strategic, extraordinary actions. Change what you do in your 24-hour cycle, what you do, think, feel, absorb, what you eat, how you move, how you dress, and naturally your results will change. I hope I've added value to you in some way with this video, even if it was a bit of a quantum ear-pulling. If you enjoyed this content, hit the YouTube bell so you get notified when I post more videos. I'm sure you follow many people here on YouTube, so when I post a video, the notification can get lost amidst all the other content you follow. If I've helped you in any way, comment below to let me know what you thought and what kind of content you'd like me to bring. Give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Those who love you show you the way. They don't pat you on the head. I'm that kind of person. I show the way because I've done it with myself. Enough with lamenting, enough with crying. It's time to act, and you have the total capacity to do so. I'll see you at the top. Take care, and until next time.